All right, today let's talk about Nintendo's absence, or Nintendo's somewhat disappointing absence from the Game Awards. For those of you who watched the Game Awards last night, I'm watching this the day after. Nintendo was a complete no-show. They did not show up to the Game Awards at all in basically any capacity. There was one Switch game that was kind of shown, but other than that, they were basically a no-show, especially first-party wise. They were a complete no-show. Nothing at all. Although Eiji Aonuma actually did show up to receive the Action Adventure Award for Tears of the Kingdom, which was 100% warranted. So congrats to them. But they didn't really have much of a presence at the show. It was kind of surprising, to be honest, considering that history has shown that Nintendo has even a minute showing at the Game Awards, and they didn't this year. They just didn't show anything new. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about why that was. Is it a disappointment? I would probably say it is a little bit. As a Nintendo fan, of course, it's a little bit of a disappointment, but it's not the end of the world. It's not really a big deal, and quite frankly, I think there's a bunch of possible reasons why they didn't show up, and why it's probably a good thing. Maybe we still have to look forward to the best stuff, so we wait until next year, and then they'll probably show some stuff at that point. But at the Game Awards. So, the Game Awards, it came and went. I guess I'll give my quick little review. It was alright. Again, I'm a firm believer that Jeff Keighley does truly care about the industry, cares about his show, and you can kind of see, you can see that. Is the show getting better and better with each year? I'm in the minority, I guess, but yeah, I do believe that the show it's inching closer and closer to greatness. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there with each showing. So yeah, but this video is not about the Game Awards itself per se. It's more so about why Nintendo didn't decide to do anything with it. Why did they decide to skip an opportunity to showcase certain games, I guess, or a certain next-gen console of theirs? But again, this is stuff that people kind of, they had expectations, and it didn't really live up to their expectations. I did not personally think it was realistic to assume that they were going to show a console at the Game Awards. At most, personally, I was hoping they would show Metroid Prime 4. I was in that camp where I was like, it could happen, it really could. They didn't, but it was very, very interesting. It's very interesting, but the Nintendo Switch 2 argument, I don't think it was ever too realistic to assume that they could do it, even if there would have been a minute chance, considering Microsoft has already done this in the past. They've already debuted a next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, at the Game Awards. They already did that, so they set a precedent, and Nintendo could have followed if they wanted to, but they didn't. And I don't think Nintendo, of all companies, I'm not too surprised there wasn't a console shown in that regard, but I can kind of understand why people were somewhat expecting that to happen, or wanting that to happen. For crying out loud, I wanted that to happen. I wanted them to finally show the Switch 2, and they still didn't. But that's what leads me to why I think potentially why they didn't showcase anything at the Game Awards. Simply put, I believe that they are waiting just a little bit longer to showcase what they want to show in their own way, in their own dedicated event. They don't want this news to be potentially overshadowed by whatever is announced at the Game Awards, which if they showcased a Nintendo Switch 2, personally, I think that would overshadow everything else. I think that would be the biggest news at the Game Awards if that were to be shown, but obviously maybe Nintendo doesn't want to take that chance, and also they really want to have everything kind of controlled in their own way, in their own presentations. So I think that is something that is going to be happening sooner than later. I think at the earliest, I think that they could potentially have a showcase or some kind of presentation as early as January next year. They really could. And there are rumors, I guess, that some things circulating that something may happen in March. So that could be when they announce it. So I think Nintendo's just waiting for the right time to strike. They want all the attention to be on them. They want to control how and when this is shown. They don't want to show it in some kind of third-party Game Awards show. They don't want to do that. They want to do their own thing. So I think that is potentially the most likely reason why, especially if it's going to be shown in January. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's say January or February, they show something. Clearly, that is very, very close already. So waiting a month longer isn't going to really hurt. And again, Nintendo Directs have proven that they can be their own thing. Nintendo doesn't need a Game Awards show, despite how many viewers the Game Awards does get. Nintendo has their own thing that is just as successful, if not more. They get the point across with their own presentations, and so they're going to stick to their guns, and so that's completely fine. I think whenever it's shown, I believe that Nintendo is going to do a good job showing it. It's not going to be another Wii U situation again, but I think they're going to hit it out of the park. I think they're going to showcase it, and they're going to show what this new system can do, and they are going to demonstrate exactly what makes it a next-gen console. Because we don't want another Wii U situation. Nintendo is going to market this as a true next-gen system. I don't think they're going to miss the mark on this. So yeah, that was just my little 2 cents as to why I think Nintendo decided not to show anything, particularly the Switch 2. But if we're talking about games, again, let's go back to Metroid Prime 4, or just their big games in general. I think Nintendo's next slate of AAA games, like the next 3D Mario, Metroid Prime 4, whatever it is, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 9, 10, or whatever, I think those are primed. I don't know about Smash Brothers, but the other ones that I mentioned, they're primed and ready, I think, for release, either launch or close to launch for the next system. But they're not going to show them until, of course, the next system is officially announced. So there's no way they're going to show these games at the Game Awards if that's the case. Metroid Prime 4 is a bit of an anomaly, but I do believe that is going to be a cross-gen game, and they probably want to show that off in a similar time frame to when they reveal the system. So yeah. Anyways, those are my 2 cents on the matter. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.